Glorified be the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh O Elohim. Glorified be Adonai Mashiach Yahweh Shai, and glorified be the Rakah Kadash. All right, we're gonna do part 3 of exposing the demonic side of the zodiac. We're gonna give you 8 references in the Holy Scripts that condemns, divination. Let's start with Exodus chapter 20, the 10 Commandments, what separates us from all these heathen nations. Then Yahweh O Elohim spoke all these words. I am Yahweh O Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol. You hear that? Whether in the form of anything that is in the heaven above, or that's in the earth beneath, or that's in the water under the earth, you shall not bow down to them or worship them. For I, Yahweh O Elohim, am a jealous God, punishing children for their iniquities of the parents to the 3rd and the 4th generation of those who reject me, but showing steadfast love thousands of generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. See, you shall not make wrongful use of the name of Yahweh Elohim, for the Most High will not acquit anyone who misuses his name. Remember the Sabbath day, see, keep the Sabbath, man, and keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is a Sabbath day of Yahweh Elohim. You shall not do any work. You, your son and your daughters, your male, your female, your slave, your livestock, the alien resident in your town. For in 6 days Yahweh Elohim made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in it, but rested that 7th day. See, sanctified. Therefore Yahweh Elohim blessed that day and consecrated it. Now it says here, honor your father and your mother, so that your days may be long in the land that the Most High is giving you. You shall not murder, it says. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. And that's why you shouldn't be looking at porn, man, because you're seeing somebody else's wife. Or even if she's a harlot, she's not your wife. Or male or female slave, or ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. When all the people witnessed the thunder, the lightning, the sound of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking, they were afraid and trembled and stood at the distance and said to Moses, you speak to us and we will listen, but do not let Yahweh Elohim speak to us, or we will die. Moses said to the people, do not be afraid, for Yahweh Elohim comes only to test you and to put the fear of him upon you, so that you do not sin. Then the people stood at a distance while Moses drew near to the thick darkness where Yahweh Elohim was, and in the majesty of Mount Zion. Man. So now you know. Okay, now let's go second reference. We're going to go to Leviticus. Okay, we're going to go to chapter 19. Let's go to verse 31. Actually, let's go to verse 26. You shall not eat anything with blood on it. You shall not practice augury or witchcraft. See? You shall not round off the hair on your temples, or mar the edges of your beard. Yeah, you have to have beard like a lion. You shall not make any gashes in your flesh for the dead, or tattoo any mark upon you. I am Yahweh Elohim. Yeah, man, that's some heathen thing, man. I have that too, but that was when I was heathen, man. Not anymore, though. Do not profane your daughter by making her a prostitute in the land, not becoming a prostitute and full of depravity. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reference my sanctuary. I am Yahweh Elohim. Do not turn to mediums or wizards. You see that? Do not seek them or to be defiled by them. I am Yahweh Elohim. You shall rise before the age and defer to the old. You shall fear Yahweh Elohim. When an alien resides with you in your land, you shall not oppress the alien. The alien was a resident with you, shall be a citizen among you. You shall love the alien as yourself, for you were aliens in the land of Egypt. I am Yahweh Elohim. You shall not cheat in the measuring length, weights of quantity. You shall have honest balance, honest weights, and honest ephah. I am Yahweh Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You shall keep all my statutes and all my ordinances and observe them. I am Yahweh the Most High. See, there you go. See. Be set apart, man. Righteous nation. Third reference, okay? We're going to Deuteronomy. And we go to Deuteronomy 3. Actually, we're going to go on Deuteronomy 4, man. Their brother Moses, man. So now Israel, Moses commands obedience. It says, so now Israel, give heed to the statutes and ordinance that I am teaching you to observe, so that you may live to enter and occupy the land that Yahweh Elohim of your ancestors is giving you. You must neither add anything to what I commanded you, nor take away anything from it. Keep the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Elohim, with which I am charging you. You have seen for yourself what the Most High did with regards to Baal of Peor. Yeah, man, when they erred in Moab, man, worshiping the sun and being sexually, defiled, man. How Yahweh Elohim destroyed from among you everyone who followed Baal Peor, while those of you who held fast to Yahweh Elohim are all alive today. See, just as the Most High has charged me, I now teach you statutes and ordinance for you to observe in the land that you are about to enter and occupy. You must observe them diligently, for this will show your wisdom and discernment to the peoples, whom when they hear all these statutes will say, surely this great nation is a wise and discerning people. See, set apart. For what other nation has a God so near to them as Yahweh Elohim is whenever we call him, and what our great nation has status and ordinance as just as this entire law that I am setting before you today. Yeah, man, we should be blessed, man. And that's what each and all you heathens want to do. Take away our blessing. But take care and watch yourself closely so as neither forget the things that your eyes have seen. Don't let them slip from your mind all the days of your life, he says. Make them known to your children and your children's children. How you once stood before Yahweh Elohim at Horeb, and when the Most High said to me, assemble the people for me, and I will let them hear my words, so that they may learn to fear me. See? Wisdom is to fear him first. As long as they live on earth and may teach the children, you approached and stood at the foot of the mountain while the mountain was blazing up to the very heavens. See? Mount Zion, shrouded in dark clouds. Then the Most High spoke to you out of the fire. See? You heard the sounds of the words, but saw no form. There was only a voice. He declared to you his covenant, which he charged you to observe. That is the 10 Commandments, and he wrote them on 2 stone tablets. And the Most High charged me at the time to teach you statutes and ordinance for you to observe in the land, and you are about to cross into. Since you saw no form when the Most High spoke out of Mount Horeb of fire, take care and watch yourselves closely, so that you do not act corruptly by making an idol for yourself in the form of any figure. Hear them. The likeness of a male or female, the likeness of any animal that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged bird that flies, the likeness of anything that creeps in the ground, the likeness of any fish is in the water. Or when you look up to the heavens and see the sun, the moon, and the stars, all the hosts of the heavens, do not be led astray and bow down to them and serve them, things that the Most High has allotted to all the peoples everywhere under the heavens. Yeah, to them fucking heathens, not us. But the Most High has taken you and brought you out of the iron metal of Egypt to become a people of his own. Hear that? Possession as you are now. So there you go. See, now you know that the Most High, he don't like that shit, man. So why you following the Zodiac, man? This place, that's why the whole earth is gonna be judged, man. Now let's go next reference. We're going to go to Deuteronomy still, but we're going to go to chapter 13. I'm going to go verse 1. If prophets are those who divine by dreams appear among you and profane you and by omens or portents, and the omens or portents declared by them take place, and they say, let us follow other gods whom you have not known, let us serve them, you must not heed the words of those prophets or those who divine by dream. Yeah, divination, sorcerers, fortune tellers, and to know whether you indeed love the Most High with all your heart and all your soul. This is here. For the Most High is testing you. See that? To know whether you love him indeed with all your heart and all your soul. The Most High, saying, Elohim, you shall follow him alone. You shall fear his commandments. You shall keep his voice. You shall obey. It says here, him you shall serve, and to him you hold steady fast. But those prophets, or those who divine by dreams shall be put to death for having spoken treason against Yahweh Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You hear that? And redeemed you from the house of slavery, to turn you from the ways in which the Most High, your Elohim, commanded you to walk. So you should purge the evil from your midst. See that? And look, he even goes as far as saying this. If anyone secretly entices you, even if it's your brothers, your father, your son, your mother, your daughter, or the wife you embrace, or your most intimate friend, saying, let us go worship other gods whom neither you nor your ancestors have known any of the gods of the peoples that are around you. See? Whether near or far from you, one or the end of the earth or the other, you must not yield to or take heed to any such person. Show them no pity or compassion, and do not shield them, but you shall surely kill them. Your own hand shall be the first against them to execute them, and afterwards the hand of all the people. Stone them to death for trying to turn you away from Yahweh Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, in the house of slavery. Then all Israel shall hear and be afraid, and never again do any such wickedness. Ooh, man, Moses had a heart, man. But see, now you get the point, man. Most High spices all this shit. Now let's proceed to chapter 17, and we'll go to second verse. Actually the first verse. Forbidden forms of worship. You shall not plant any tree or a sacred pole. Yeah, man, no Christmas tree or no oblique. Besides the altar you made for Yahweh Elohim, nor shall you set up a stone pillar, things that Yahweh Elohim hates. You must not sacrifice to Yahweh Elohim an ox or a sheep that has defect anything seriously wrong, for that is an abhorred to the Most High. If it is found among you, it says, in one of your towns, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High has given to you, a man or a woman who does what is evil in the sight of Yahweh Elohim, and transgresses his covenant by going to serve other gods and worship them, whether it be the sun, you hear that, or the moon, or any of the hosts of heavens which I have forbidden, and it is reported to you, or you hear of it, and you make a thorough inquiry, and the charges prove to be true, such a horrid thing has occurred in Israel, then you shall bring out to your gates that man or that woman who has committed this crime, and you shall stone that man or woman to death. See that? Yeah, man, this shit gonna put motherfuckers to death, man. Motherfuckers don't play, man. And now let's go to chapter 18, and we'll go to verse 10. Actually, verse 9. It says, "Child sacrifice, divination, and magic prohibited." See, get it to your head. When you come into the land that Yahweh Elohim is giving you, you must not learn to imitate the abhorrent practice of those nations. No one shall be found among you who makes a son or a daughter pass through the fire, hear that? Or who practices divination, or is a soothsayer, or an augur, or a sorcerer, or who casts spells, or who consults ghosts or spirit like a medium, or who seeks oracles from the dead. For whoever does these things is abhorrent to the Most High. It is because of such abhorrent practices that Yahweh Elohim is driving these people out before you. You must remain completely loyal to Yahweh Elohim. Although these nations that are around you are about to dispose to give heed to the soothsayers and divine diviners, as for you, Yahweh Elohim does not permit you to do so. Yeah, for them bucks, because he gonna serve them. It says, now, let's go, let's see, give you two more references. We'll go to Job, man. Okay, go to Job, man. Okay, here you go, man. Job, man, let's go to verse 9, man. Then Job answered, there's no mediator, right? Indeed, I know that this is so, but how can you, a mortal, be before Yahweh Elohim? If one wishes to contend with him, one could not answer him. Once in 1,000, he is wise in heart, mighty in strength, who has resisted him and succeeded. See, he who removes mountains and they do not know it, when he overturns them in his anger, who shakes the earth out of its place, in its pillars and tremble, who commands the sun and it does not rise. See, that God still serves, who seals up the stars, who alone stretch out the heavens and trample the waves of the sea, who made the bear in Orion and the Pleiades, yet the chambers of the north and the chambers of the south, both, and saying, who does great things beyond understanding and marvelous things without number. Look, he passes by me and I do not see him. He moves on me, but I do not perceive him. He snatches away. Who can stop him? Who will say to him, what are you doing? Yahweh Elohim will not turn back his anger. The helpers of Rahab, the fleeing serpent, Divination, bow beneath him. There you go. Now let's finish it, with Job 8th reference, and we'll go to Job 39. Let's go here. Let's go. 38 actually. Can you bind the chains of Pleiades or loosen the cords of Orion? Can you lead forth the Maseroth? That's the constellations, the zodiac in the season, or can you guide the bear with the children? Do you know the ordinance of the heavens? Can you establish the rule on earth? Can you lift up your voice to the clouds so that the food of the waters may cover you? Can you send forth lightning so that they may go and say to you, here we are? Who has put wisdom in the inwards, or given understanding to the mind? Yeah, man, wisdom comes from above. Who has wisdom to number the clouds, or who can tilt the water skins of the heavens when the dust runs into mass and the clouds cling together? Can you hunt the prey for the lion, or satisfy the appetite of the young lion? Can you crouch in their dens, or lie in wait in their covert? Who provides for the raven its prey when its young ones cry for Yahweh Elohim and wonder about the lack of food? There you go, man. See, the Most High, the Almighty, man. Now you know, clear that he's against divination, all the shit that the world practices. Hope this was edifying. We're gonna do one more part. And shalom.